If you are watching this right now, then you need to hear something that will shift the way you have been praying, waiting, and believing. You have been asking me for speed. You have been begging me to hurry. You have been crying out, "When, God? When will it happen? When will the door open? When will the breakthrough come?" And I understand your urgency. I see your exhaustion. I feel your desperation. But what you do not yet understand is this: speed without readiness is destruction. You think you are ready because you want it. You think you are prepared because you have been waiting. You think the delay means I forgot you, but I have not forgotten. I have been preparing you, and preparation cannot be rushed. What I am building in you is too important to release prematurely. What I am developing in your character is too valuable to bypass. What I am shaping in your spirit is too necessary to skip. Listen carefully. The problem is not that I am moving too slowly. The problem is that you are measuring my timing by your impatience. You are judging my plan by your discomfort. You are questioning my faithfulness because the answer has not arrived on your schedule. But my timing is not your timing. My ways are not your ways, and what feels like delay to you is actually development in my hands. You see, you have been praying for the blessing to come quickly, but I have been praying that you become strong enough to carry it. You have been asking for the door to open now, but I have been asking, are you ready to walk through it without stumbling? You have been crying for the promise to manifest, but I have been working to make sure that when it manifests, it does not destroy you. Because here is the truth many people do not want to hear. A blessing given too soon becomes a burden. A door opened too early becomes a trap. A promise released prematurely becomes a problem. What you are not ready for will break you. What you are not prepared for will overwhelm you. What you are not mature enough to handle will crush you under its weight. I know people who prayed for wealth and received it before their character could steward it. And the money that was supposed to bless them became the very thing that destroyed their relationships, corrupted their values, and distanced them from me. I know people who prayed for promotion and received it before their integrity was tested, and the position that was supposed to elevate them became the platform that exposed their weaknesses and collapsed their reputation. I know people who prayed for marriage and entered it before their wounds were healed, and the relationship that was supposed to complete them became the place where their brokenness multiplied. I know people who prayed for influence and received it before their motives were purified, and the platform that was supposed to amplify their purpose became the stage where their pride destroyed their calling. This is why I do not answer every prayer the moment you pray it. This is why I do not release every blessing the moment you ask for it. Because I love you too much to give you something you are not ready to carry. I care about you too deeply to open a door you are not equipped to walk through. I am too invested in your future to release a promise that would crush you under its weight. So stop praying for speed. Start praying for readiness. Stop asking me to hurry. Start asking me to prepare you. Stop begging for the blessing to come now. Start begging for the strength to handle it when it comes. Because the issue is not timing. The issue is preparation. And I would rather delay your blessing than destroy your destiny. You have been frustrated by the wait. You have been angry at the delay. You have been questioning why it is taking so long. But what you call delay, I call development. What you call waiting, I call strengthening. What you call silence, I call preparation. I am not ignoring your prayers, I am answering them in a way that protects you from yourself. Because if I gave you everything you asked for the moment you asked for it, you would not survive it. If I opened every door you knocked on the moment you knocked, you would walk into rooms you are not prepared to occupy. If I released every promise the moment you claimed it, you would collapse under the responsibility it carries. This is why I delay. Not to punish you. Not to test your loyalty, not to see if you will give up, but to prepare you, to strengthen you, to mature you, to develop in you the character, the discipline, the faith, the wisdom, and the endurance that the blessing requires. Because every blessing I give carries a weight, and only those who are strong enough can carry it without being crushed. Think about this. You have been praying for a business, but have you developed the discipline to manage it? You have been praying for a spouse, but have you healed the wounds that would poison the relationship? You have been praying for a platform, but have you purified the motives that would corrupt it? You have been praying for influence, but have you built the character that can handle it with humility? You see, you are focused on what you want, but I am focused on who you need to become. You are asking for the gift, but I am building the vessel. You are praying for the blessing, but I am preparing the foundation. Because if the foundation is weak, the blessing will collapse it. If the vessel is cracked, the anointing will leak out. If the character is unstable, the gift will destroy the person. This is why the wait feels long. This is why the process feels hard. This is why the silence feels heavy, because I am not just handing you what you asked for. I am transforming you into someone who can sustain it, steward it, and multiply it. I am not just opening a door. I am rebuilding you so that when you walk through it, you walk with strength, clarity, and authority. And this rebuilding takes time. It takes pressure. It takes testing. It takes seasons where nothing seems to move. It takes moments where you feel forgotten. It takes nights where you cry out and hear only silence. Because transformation does not happen in comfort. It happens in the fire. It happens in the waiting. It happens in the place where you have no choice but to trust me, even when you cannot see me. You think I am delaying your breakthrough, but I am deepening your foundation. You think I am withholding your blessing, but I am fortifying your character. You think I am ignoring your prayers, but I am answering them in ways you do not yet understand, because what you are asking for is temporary. But what I am building in you is eternal. So let me ask you this. Are you ready? Really ready? Not just excited, not just desperate, not just tired of waiting, but actually ready. Ready to handle what you have been asking for. Ready to carry the weight it brings. Ready to steward the responsibility it demands. Ready to remain humble when it elevates you. Ready to stay faithful when it blesses you. Ready to keep seeking me when it satisfies you. Because most people are not ready. They think they are, but they are not. They want the blessing, but they have not built the discipline. They want the breakthrough, but they have not developed the endurance. They want the promise, but they have not healed the wounds. They want the elevation, but they have not submitted to the process. And so when the blessing comes, it does not last. When the door opens, they stumble. When the promise manifests, it becomes a burden instead of a gift. But I do not want that for you. I do not want to give you something that will break you. I do not want to open a door that will lead to your downfall. I do not want to release a blessing that will become your destruction. And so I wait. I develop. I prepare. I strengthen. I test. I refine. Not because I do not love you, but because I do. You may not understand it now. You may not see it yet. You may not feel it in this moment. But one day, when the blessing comes, when the door opens, when the promise manifests, you will look back and realize why it took so long. You will see that every delay was protection. Every test was preparation. Every silent season was strengthening. Every moment of waiting was building something in you that nothing else could build. And you will thank me, not for giving you what you wanted when you wanted it, but for loving you enough to wait until you were ready. For caring about you enough to prepare you properly. For being faithful enough to withhold what would have harmed you and release what would truly bless you. So change your prayer. Stop asking me to speed up. Start asking me to prepare you. Stop begging for the breakthrough to come now. Start begging for the strength to sustain it when it comes. Stop crying about the delay. Start trusting that I know what I am doing, because I do. I see the beginning and the end. I see what you cannot see. I know what you do not know. And I am orchestrating everything, every delay, every test, every moment of silence, to position you for a blessing that will not break you, but will build you into everything I created you to be. The wait is not wasted. The delay is not denial. The silence is not rejection. It is all preparation. And when you are finally ready, when the foundation is strong, when the character is built, when the vessel is pure, I will release what I have been holding, and it will come with such power, such favor, such anointing, that you will understand why it could not come any sooner. But until then, stop rushing me. Stop doubting me. Stop questioning me, and start trusting that the God who called you is the same God who will complete you. The God who gave you the vision is the same God who will fulfill it. The God who planted the promise is the same God who will bring it to pass. But it will happen on my time, in my way, when you are truly ready. You cannot microwave what needs to marinate. You cannot rush what needs time. You cannot force what needs to develop naturally. And you cannot demand that I move faster when I am moving at the exact speed necessary to protect you, prepare you, and position you for everything I have planned. So surrender the timeline, release the urgency, let go of the impatience, and start praying a different prayer. God, make me ready. Prepare my heart, strengthen my character, build my endurance, teach me discipline, purify my motives, heal my wounds, develop my faith, mature my spirit. And when I am finally ready, when I can handle what you have for me, release it in your perfect timing. That is the prayer I will answer. Not the prayer for speed, but the prayer for readiness. Because I am not interested in giving you a fast blessing that falls apart. I am interested in giving you a lasting blessing that multiplies, endures, and transforms. Not only your life, but the lives of everyone connected to you. You have spent so much energy trying to speed up the process. But the process cannot be shortened. It can only be trusted. Every stage has a purpose. Every season has a lesson. Every delay has a reason. And every moment you spend in preparation is an investment in a future you cannot yet imagine. I know you are tired. I know you are frustrated. I know you feel like you have been waiting forever. But forever is not as long as you think. And what I am preparing for you is worth every second of the wait. So instead of complaining about how long it is taking, start celebrating that I care enough to prepare you properly. Instead of questioning why the door has not opened yet, start thanking me that I am building you into someone who can walk through it with confidence. Instead of doubting whether the promise will ever come, start trusting that I am making sure that when it comes with everything you need to sustain it. The people who receive blessings too early lose them quickly. The people who walk through doors they are not ready for stumble and fall. The people who grab promises prematurely find that those promises turn into problems. But the people who wait, who trust, who surrender, who allow me to prepare them fully, those are the people who receive blessings that last, doors that lead to destiny, and promises that transform generations. Which kind of person do you want to be? The one who gets it fast but loses it faster, or the one who waits longer but walks in it stronger? The choice is not about timing. The choice is about trust. Will you trust that I know what I am doing? Will you trust that my delays are purposeful? Will you trust that I love you enough to prepare you before I promote you? Because I do. I love you too much to give you what you are not ready for. I care about you too deeply to rush a process that is refining you. I am too committed to your future to release a blessing that would destroy your present. And so I ask you again, stop praying for speed. Start praying for readiness. Stop asking me when. Start asking me to prepare you for when. Stop begging me to hurry. Start begging me to do whatever it takes to make you strong enough, wise enough, mature enough, faithful enough, humble enough to carry what I am about to give you, because it is coming. The blessing is coming. The breakthrough is coming. The promise is coming. But it is coming when you are ready, not before, not after, but exactly when the foundation is strong enough to hold it. And I promise you, when it comes, when it finally arrives, when the door swings open, when the promise manifests, when the blessing is released, you will not regret the wait. You will not resent the process. You will not question the delay. You will stand in awe of my faithfulness. You will weep at my goodness. You will worship my wisdom. And you will say, God, thank you for not giving me what I wanted when I wanted it. Thank you for loving me enough to prepare me first. Thank you for making me ready. That is my goal, not to make you wait for the sake of waiting, but to make you ready for the sake of your destiny. So stop fighting the process. Stop resenting the wait. Stop praying for speed and start praying for readiness. Because when you are ready, everything I have been preparing will be released, and it will be greater than anything you imagined, stronger than anything you prayed for, and more lasting than anything you could have rushed into. I am not late. You are just early, and I am taking my time because what I am preparing in you and for you is worth the wait. Now let me go deeper, because there is something you need to understand about readiness that most people miss. Readiness is not just about wanting something badly enough. Readiness is not just about being tired of waiting. Readiness is not just about feeling like you deserve it, because you have suffered long enough. Readiness is a state of being. It is a maturity of spirit. It is a stability of character. And it cannot be faked. It cannot be rushed. It cannot be manipulated. You can convince people that you are ready. You can put on a performance that looks like maturity. You can speak the right words and make the right moves. But you cannot fool me. I see what is happening in the hidden places. I see what you do when no one is watching. I see the motives behind the actions. I see the condition of your heart, and I will not release a blessing into a heart that is not ready to receive it with the right posture, the right gratitude, and the right stewardship. Readiness means your character matches your calling. It means your discipline matches your dreams. It means your faith matches your future. It means your humility matches your elevation. And if there is a gap, if there is a disconnect, if there is an imbalance, I will not move forward until that gap is closed, that disconnect is healed, and that imbalance is corrected. This is why some of you have been waiting longer than others. Not because I love you less, not because your prayers matter less, not because your faith is weaker, but because the gap between where you are and where you need to be is wider. The work that needs to be done in you is deeper. The transformation that must take place is more significant. And I will not shortcut your process just because you are impatient. I will take the time necessary to prepare you fully. Think about a builder constructing a skyscraper. The bigger the building, the deeper the foundation must go. The taller the structure, the stronger the base must be. And if the builder rushes the foundation, if they skip steps, if they compromise the process because people are impatient to see the building finished, what happens? The building collapses, the structure fails, and people get hurt. That is what happens when I release blessings prematurely. When I open doors before the foundation is ready. When I answer prayers before the character is built. The blessing collapses. The door becomes a trap. The promise becomes a burden. And you, the person I love, the person I called, the person I have invested in, you get hurt. And I refuse to let that happen. I refuse to give you something that will destroy you. I refuse to rush a process that is protecting you. I refuse to release a blessing before you are strong enough to carry it. Because I do not measure success by how fast you get it. I measure success by how well you sustain it. steward it, and multiply it for the glory of my name and the good of others. So if you have been waiting a long time, if the process has been hard, if the preparation has been painful, do not interpret that as rejection. Interpret it as investment. I am investing in you. I am building something in you that will last. I am developing a foundation that will hold not just this blessing, but every blessing that comes after it. I am preparing you not just for one season, but for a lifetime of faithfulness, fruitfulness, and favor. And here is something else you need to know. The wait is revealing what is inside you. It is exposing your true character. It is showing you where you are strong and where you are weak. It is uncovering the places where you trust me and the places where you doubt me. It is bringing to the surface the motives that are pure and the motives that are selfish. And all of this revelation is necessary. Because if you do not see what is inside you, you cannot change it. If you do not recognize your weaknesses, you cannot strengthen them. If you do not confront your doubts, you cannot replace them with faith. The wait is not just about me preparing circumstances. It is about me revealing you to yourself so you can partner with me in the transformation process. Some of you are angry about the wait because it is forcing you to face things about yourself that you have been avoiding. You have been running from your wounds, your insecurities, your fears, your pride, your lack of discipline. And the wait has cornered you. It has removed every distraction. It has silenced every excuse. It has left you alone with me and with yourself. And now you have no choice but to deal with what has been hidden. This is uncomfortable. This is painful. This is humbling. But it is also necessary, because you cannot step into your destiny carrying baggage from your past. You cannot walk through the door I am about to open, dragging chains of unforgiveness, bitterness, insecurity, and fear. You cannot steward the blessing I am about to release while clinging to habits, mindsets, and behaviors that contradict the calling I placed on your life. So yes, the wait is long, but the wait is working. It is refining you. It is purifying you. It is stripping away everything that does not belong in your next season. And when it is finished, when the process is complete, when the transformation is evident, you will step into what I have prepared for you as a completely different person, stronger, wiser, humbler, more faithful, more focused, more grounded, more ready. And that version of you, that transformed version, that is the version I can trust with the blessing. That is the version I can promote without worry. That is the version I can elevate without fear that elevation will corrupt you. That is the version that will not only receive the blessing, but will multiply it, protect it, and use it to bless others. So stop resisting the wait. Stop fighting the process. Stop praying for it to end. Start praying for it to complete its work in you. Because the faster you surrender to the process, the faster the process can accomplish what it is designed to do. But if you resist, if you complain, if you try to rush it, you only delay it. You only prolong the very thing you are desperate to escape. Surrender accelerates transformation. Trust deepens readiness. Obedience shortens the wait. Not because I am manipulating you, but because when you stop fighting me and start trusting me, I can work in you without resistance. I can build in you without interference. I can prepare you without you undoing the work every time you panic, doubt, or try to take control. Let me finish with this. The blessing you are asking for is not the ultimate goal. You becoming who I created you to be is the goal. You walking in the fullness of your identity, your purpose, your calling, that is what I am after. The blessing is just a tool. The door is just a pathway. The promise is just a vehicle. But you, transformed, mature, ready, faithful, humble, strong, you are the masterpiece I am creating. And I will not sacrifice the masterpiece for the sake of speed. I will not compromise the process for the sake of your comfort. I will not rush the transformation for the sake of your impatience. Because when I am finished, when you are ready, When the time is right, you will receive everything I promised, and it will be more than you imagined, better than you hoped, and greater than you dreamed. So stop praying for speed, start praying for readiness, and trust that I know exactly what I am doing